Hello, my name is Shayna, and I will be presenting about Java classes. I'll be using my example code with two classes, the airport class on the left and the plane class on the right. These both have a has-a relationship. The airport has a plane, so it's basically showing like a kind of ownership. First, I'll show you the airport class, which is on the left. It's basically a blueprint of an airport object. This is how a class name is written. Public class airport. Public shows the public access of it. Then I'll show you that these are the attributes, the instance variables, and they usually are private. And then they can also include objects like the plane object. This shows that it has a relationship. Every class has at least one constructor. Sometimes they have a no argument constructor, or that's called also the default constructor. I commented that out though. They have overloaded constructors like this, or copy constructors. Now I'll show you that you can invoke a method. Specifically, getters and setters are the norm. Getters return the variable value, and setters set the value. They usually are public and provide a way to access the instance variables, which are normally private. This helps us get access to the variable outside the class. I'll show you an example in my main method, which is on the right. Here's the main method over here. In this method, I instantiated an object called plane1, and I made the tail number 1, 2, 3, 4, and in it, this invokes a constructor. Now, if you try to directly get the plane tail number like this, and you run it, that actually worked, because that was the wrong thing. Sorry. If you try to get the tail number directly, which is this one right here, and then you run it, it'll get an error right here. It says tail number has private access in plane. So you don't want to do that. Instead, you want to use your getter method, which is here, get tail number, and then if you run it, then you will actually get the plane tail number information, like that, which is here. Now I'll go back to making deep copies of immutable objects. This is important because you can accidentally modify something, and it's better to work with a copy instead that references a different object. One way to do this is to use a copy constructor like in my airport copy constructor on the left. I made a copy constructor right here. It makes a copy of each attribute, a copy of the name code, and also a copy of the plane object. I made a deep copy of the object by also creating a new object itself. If I didn't have this copy constructor, I wouldn't be able to make a copy at all. So see, if I copied it, commented it out, and then I tried to, let's look on the right, and I tried to make a copy and run it, it wouldn't work. It would be an error because you need that copy constructor. So let's go back and uncomment it, and then if you run it, now it actually works. You made a copy of the airport constructor. Airport 2 is a copy of airport 1, and when you print it out and display it, they both come up with the same information here in the console. And that is a presentation of my class's presentation. Thank you.